Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. 35 Kentuckians have been lost to the deadly flooding across eastern Kentucky. More are unaccounted for. And we could get another round of rain tonight. Meteorologist Evan Hatter begins our severe weather alert day team coverage. Evan?
Unfortunately, Steve, that appears to be the case as we continue to watch showers and thunderstorms develop to our north and west, and they'll be heading in our direction as we head through the evening hours, looking to arrive as we head into the late evening and early overnight. Outside right now, we're getting a chance to dry out, and we do need that so desperately around the region right now. Buffalo Mountain at Perry County, you even see some sunshine returning. We do like to see the dry weather, but not necessarily the sunshine out there, because that's just fueling the atmosphere up for more in the way of damaging winds and heavy rain later on tonight. Pikeville Medical Center sitting at 82. The sun is out there as well, and we'll continue to see some of that through the evening hours. Flood watch continues, was set to expire earlier today, runs through tomorrow morning now, and we'll continue to see a level 2 slight risk for excessive rainfall tonight, and our northwestern counties under the level 2 slight risk for severe weather later tonight, with that marginal risk in effect for everybody else. The mountains are quiet right now, but it's not far away as we continue to see severe thunderstorm watches issued to our north and west. We watch strong to severe thunderstorms developing across portions of the southern Great Lakes and into the Ohio Valley, and those have our name on them as we head later on into tonight. The very latest from Future View coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Congressman Hal Rogers toured areas hit hard by last week's historic and deadly flooding, visiting with local leaders and those impacted earlier today. WYMT's Dakota Makris was with him.
Congressman Hal Rogers and his wife Cynthia visited shelters and donation centers. Their first stop was at Gospel Light Baptist Church in Hazard.
If it wasn't for these people, I don't know what we'd do.
Meeting with people left homeless by the floodwaters.
I'm so sad at the plight of a lot of my constituents. I love these people. We try to help any way that we can down through the years, and we've seen a lot of those things now wiped out.
Rogers talked with city, county, and state leaders about getting basic needs turned on again.
We've got a lot of water systems that are out of commission, so a lot of people don't have flowing water.
He says organizations like the area development districts can help local governments apply for grants to repair roads and water systems.
The individual assistance the president has approved for Letcher County and a couple of others, that will be helpful.
Even stopping by a donation distribution center at Letcher County Central High School, where people from all over have donated items.
It's refreshing to see the trust that our people have engendered.
The congressman also made a stop at a distribution center at the Knott County Sportsplex. Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Representative Angie Hatton, who represents Letcher County, says the greatest need at Letcher County Central High School right now is non-perishable food items, especially those packed with protein. Apple Shop in Whitesburg sustained damage from the floodwater, significant damage. Now employees are worried that cherished archives could be gone. Apple Shop holds a lot of cultural and historic documents that make its business almost sacred in the area. Executive Assistant Nicole Smith says everyone in the area is just hoping evidence of their past is somehow able to be saved.
I think for not just Apple Shop staff, but for a lot of people in the community here in the surrounding areas, but also just Central Appalachia at large. We also have supporters all over the country, the world. I think everyone is just really disheartened to even consider the kind of damages that we may be looking at.
Smith also says the Apple Shop staff is working day and night to find the documents and archives that could be damaged. For every story of tragedy and loss following the flood, there are also stories of resilience and people giving back. WYMT's Alyssa Williams was at County Line Community Church, located literally on the Perry-Breathitt County line, to learn more about a recent service project that is feeding the hearts and bodies of those in need.
For some people, the most important meal of the day could be their only one.
It's just a wonderful blessing to be able to come in and serve people that haven't been able to use their bathroom. They don't have water, they don't have electricity, they can't get the food.
Kentucky Farm Bureau staff set up at the County Line Community Church to help prepare and deliver breakfast to people in need.
These people don't have power or energy at all, no way to get transportation. A lot of people are living in their cars and they're cooking at their homes on open fires. So to have a hot meal with sausage and eggs and bacon and toast, they are appreciating that.
Volunteers are delivering meals and supplies on ATVs, not only seeing the devastation firsthand, but hearing people's stories.
You know, when you just drive down the road and see the debris, it's one thing, but when you actually get out and you talk to these people and you look them in the eye and hear their story, it takes it to a new level.
Stories like that of Kenny Neese, whose home and property were destroyed.
We lost everything we had. You know, went from didn't need nothing, didn't want nothing, to didn't have shoes to wear.
Although the stories are heartbreaking, volunteers hope their generosity can give people a glimmer of light in the darkest of times.
I've been in eastern Kentucky my whole life, and none of us here have the words to explain. It just feels wonderful to be a part of a community family that just cares.
Offering a sense of home to those who need it most. Alyssa Williams, WYMT, Mountain News.
Those with Kentucky Farm Bureau say they have distributed hundreds of meals to those near the Perry-Breathitt County line. They add that if the demand is there and as long as they have the resources, they would love to serve other areas as well. People in Knott County continue to pick up and clean up. Their work was put off several times by additional rainfall today that actually caused a little bit more flooding. Citizens of Frogtown say they never expected to see anything like what we've experienced. Estill Click collects old cars. They were on higher ground and survived the flood. But everything inside his home and just outside did not. He and his wife estimate it will take $50,000 to replace all that was lost. But unlike where most of his stuff is headed, he's not down in the dumps.
All we can do is clean up best we can, get enough stuff to survive on.
People say as far as they know, no one was hurt in that immediate area. Of course, at least 16 died in Knott County. For the Appalachia Rises A Week of Giving campaign, we are partnering with WKYT in Lexington and WSAZ in Charleston, Huntington, West Virginia to support the ARH Foundation Fund for Flood Relief and the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky Crisis Fund. WYMT Vice President and General Manager Neil Middleton said he, of course, remembers the 1977 flood well. He's a Harlan County native. But he says this one is worse, saying, quote, "The devastation is greater this time, but our region and our people have a long history of rising to the occasion." Our parent company, Gray Television, will also donate $50,000 to relief efforts. Fundraising efforts also received a major boost from Hazard native Joe Kraft and his wife, former UN Ambassador Kelly Knight Kraft, last week. The couple will match every dollar raised for the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky Crisis Fund up to $1 million. You can get involved in the fundraising effort by scanning the QR code there on your screen. We'll be right back.